Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. You know I'd appreciate it, and I'd be able to send watches like this to your inbox on a daily basis. And if you like our watches, you can buy this one and 1,700 of its friends on our website, thewatchbox.com. Buy, trade, and sell luxury watches on thewatchbox.com. From 1965 to 2016, that is the narrative arc for the watch on my wrist. This is the Zenith Heritage Pilot Cronometro Tipo CP-2, a tribute to the retailer A. Corelli's supply of Cronometro Tipo CP-2 pilot's watches from Zenith to the Italian Armed Forces during the 1960s. 2,500 of the original were made, and this one stays true both to the look and the size. 43 millimeters in diameter, the stainless steel watch wears easily on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. Oftentimes a watch over 42 millimeters can be difficult for me to accommodate, but the particular shape of the lugs, and you can see it to good advantage from this angle, means that it wraps itself around the wrist rather than flaring out stridently and awkwardly. Simply put, vintage ergonomics turn out to be a win. Now, the watch is 52 millimeters from lug to lug, but don't be afraid of that. I think based on the fit on my wrist, you could wear this one on a wrist as small as 14.5 centimeters circumference. It's not excessively thick, fractions of a millimeter thicker than a Submariner. You can wear this 13 millimeter thick pilot's chronograph with any attire that can accommodate a 12.6 millimeter Rolex sub, so don't worry about that. The lug spacing, should you wish to accessorize, is 22 millimeters, and the watch absolutely looks bonkers on a broad variety of OEM and aftermarket straps, so I encourage you to do so. Now, the timepiece is fitted with what might be the world's best textile strap. Not only does it feature strap minders in stainless steel, but it features a full trigger-actuated double deployant steel clasp, fully finished to all of high polish, nicely made. Absolute security on the wrist while donning or removing. Vintage pilots of the 60s could never have imagined an appointment like this on their service issue. You will note that it's a relatively slim and, I can tell you, very flexible strap. It has none of the coarseness or stiffness that often comes with a textile strap option. This one's remarkably comfortable and feels almost more like silk than a standard woven textile. You'll also note that the lines of the case are classically inspired, slim and elegant. In profile, don't mind the bezel, but this could almost be a dress watch, the way those lugs arc beautifully from side to side. It doesn't just help the fit, it really adds an elegant second gear that makes this a surprisingly welcome companion in formal attire. All of high polish, it works well, just as did the original. Because it's so slim in profile, it doesn't seem garish or flamboyant. Now, the bezel is a bidirectional rotating pilot style bezel. So take note, you can't use it for diving even though the watch is 100 meters water resistant. But what it does give you is the ability to line up with the minute hand, and you'll note that the chronograph register only reads up to 30 minutes. Well, you can time two concurrent events up to 30 minutes using the bezel and the chronograph, or you can time one event of 30 minutes duration and one of longer duration up to 60 using the bezel. Of course, the watch is illumined. There will be a lume shot at the end of the video. The dial is no nonsense, matte black with a slight recess for the twin oversized registers. It nails the vintage look while remaining highly functional night or day. The Zenith guiding star, the 5-point at 12 o'clock, is applied, not printed, and the white on black is a high contrast calibration for hours, minutes, as well as registers. Turning the watch on the crown side, you can see vintage style pump pushers, and the profile of the bezel is alternately media blasted between the polished raised edges, and then the knurled raised edges themselves are of high polish. No detail overlooked. This watch was a 2016 limited edition of 1,000 pieces, and you can see the series numbering of the watch at the foot of the case back. Don't confuse this with the Purist's Pro 15th anniversary model. There is another version of this watch that is kicking around the internet. It's a chronometer with a display case back. Don't be fooled. This is the original 1,000 piece limited edition. I don't want to say it's the purist's choice because the special edition is quite literally for a website called Purist's Pro, but if you want to stay true to history, this is the one you want. Inside the case, Zenith Primero caliber 4069, a significant upgrade over the original 1965 watch and its caliber 146 DP. The El Primero is 36,000 vibrations per hour, 50-hour power reserve, bidirectional automatic winding. It features a traditional column wheel lateral clutch chronograph with a wonderfully positive feel thanks to a well-tuned column wheel function selector. You hear it, you feel it. It's one of the most distinct, and I might even say distinctive, chronograph actions in all of horology. Now this one, of course, features twin register and no date, so some changes have been made, but everything that is classic about the El Primero, right down to its history, the first integrated automatic high-rate chronograph movement from 1969, all of that applies to this movement. So you get the historically inspired exterior, the fit, finish, functionality, and reliability, not to mention water resistance, of a modern watch, and the heritage as well as the precision of the El Primero. Note the jump of the chronograph seconds hands in a smoother than expected sweep. That's because of the 36,000 vibration per hour rate of the movement. If you're not familiar with the El Primero, a traditional chronograph is going to beat at 18,000, 21,600, or 28,800 vibrations per hour. Back in 1969, Zenith and the company it had purchased, Martel, decided that they would use a high beat or 5 hertz movement. So you get 10 beats per second and a smoother sweep to the chronograph seconds hand. The look, the feel, and even against the ear, the sound of history. You can see and you can purchase this Cronometro Tipo CP-2 on our website. And we're back with the Zenith Heritage Pilot Cronometro Tipo CP-2. As you can see, the original may have used self-activated radioactive lume. This one, modern super luminova. See it by the light of day on our website.